Hello and welcome back to Talon 101. This time we're going to talk about jabs. RFF, you can do a handful of jab strings, but now you can do a jab string that puts you back in left foot forward or a singular jab. Why? I don't know. But it seems like they're onto something, and it probably might be something they'll add on in maybe season 2. Hopefully. Because if they don't, then I'm wondering what is the purpose of, going back to left foot forward via a jab. So let's make one thing clear. The frame data on RFF forward 1, that's right, the input in order to do a jab in RFF to left foot forward, to do the left foot forward jab, right, the standard jab, you need to put a forward with it. Because if you press RFF 1, naturally you're going to get RFF 1, and then you can also do RFF 1-1. No, again, you need to add a forward with it. Very interesting input, but its frame data is literally the same as a jab. So a jab comes out at 10 frames, it's +1 on block, it's +8 on hit, nothing happens on counter hit, it's +8 as well. The same thing with 1-2, it's +6 on hit, -3 on block, and of course, again, nothing happens on counter hit. So it's literally the same stuff. It's just that you can do it in RFF. Now, before, the fastest move you could do, exit right foot forward to left foot forward through a button, was a down jab. Whether that be like down 1 or down 2, those were your fastest buttons. Now, you can do RFF forward 1 to get out of RFF to LFF. So now you have a special mid / special low, as Tekken 8 categorizes down jabs as special lows, and a high besides your 13 frame mid. So punches all around to go back to left foot forward, your original stance. The one thing I find puzzling about it is that you're only allowed to do RFF forward 1-2. So like this is the max you go. Like no 1-2 forward 3, no 1-2 F4, no 2 F3, and no 2 F4. Like if you could add the forward 2 input, that way Hwoarang does the the forward 2, like the standard 2 jab. Imagine if Hwoarang could do the standard 2 jab from here, and that means you'd be fishing for like you'd be fishing for this kind of damage right away. That'd be insane. I guess that's the reason why they didn't do it. But like not allowing Hwoarang to do any of the jab strings. Like, see, I'm gonna do it from right foot forward. I'm gonna do 1-2 forward 3, as you can see like on the left side of the screen for the command history. Doesn't come out. I do 1-2 F4. Doesn't come out. Try to do 1-2 3, right? Forward 1-2 3 or forward 1-2 4. Yeah, forward 1-2 4, right? Like, it's missed potential. It's just like up back 2 all over again. Although up back 2's issue is a little bit different, but like this is in the same boat for me. Like the best thing about Hwoarang's jab strings is the fact that you can do extra stuff with it. Most especially like if I can enter left flamingo from right foot forward, that'd be so big. I would honestly use it. But now, like, I even forget it exists at time to time. Because I'm like, why would I do a regular jab over RFF2? If you don't know, just a refresher. RFF2 is 100% the superior jab in Hwoarang's arsenal. Why? First of all, it comes out at 10 frames. And then it's +2. It's +2 on block. The regular jab is +1 on block. Now, they're both +8 on hit. So they share that, right? Another key point. A jab only does 5 damage. RFF2 does 6 damage. It's 1 point higher. And it has 1 more extra frame. That's why it's the superior jab. I mean, going +2 and pressuring the opponent like this, it's pretty scary. Because now this will come out at 11 frames. And RFF4 is suddenly a 10 frame move. I mean, yeah, they're both highs, but like your opponent can't just like press a button, because if they do press a button, that's a free follow-up into an FF3 or back 3. Or that's a free full combo, On top of that, like your mid, you can still press your mid here, and that's gonna become 11 frames. Like, I'm wondering what's the direction of RFF forward 1-2. Because just on that alone, like RFF2 is better than RFF1 in terms of frames. It's the same thing. RFF2-1 +6, 16 damage. 1-2, 15 damage, also +6. And then we do it on block. 0. This is 0 on block. And then we do 1-2 on block. -3. So I mean, instantly, like for both RFF2 and RFF2-1 versus a jab and a 1-2, that's all RFF. We already saw the damage earlier. That's RFF. Now let's talk about versatility, right? After a 1-2, what can you do? Now, usually like your JFSR, you can do stuff like DF4, down back 4, down 3 4. You can do a good number of things, including back 4. Is it scary? You're safer, that I can say. But after an RFF 2-1, well, I still have RFF 4. I can loop another RFF 2-1, and key part, I can still do like an RFF 2-1-1. I can do an RFF 2. I can do an RFF 2-4. I can do an RFF 2 into an RFF 2-3. Like, there's just more jab options I am allowed to do over like 1-2 forward 3 and 1-2 forward 4. And like both of these things, but like one of these ends your turn. Then one of this is like -2. When you look at the frame data of like all the other jab strings, that's 0. You can still do something, a lot of things. This is +5, right? Into right flamingo, and they have to contest with RFF F4. This is, well, yeah, it's -9. It's really just your follow-up. But like if it hits compared to our 2 forward 3, that's an instant JFSR check. If not JFSR check, like a DF4 check. Like, you can throw out DF4, but then you need to do a dash DF4, so on and so forth. Your opponent can power crush that, so on and so forth. So like, there's more mind games on top of that. But like, this is just like, no, cash out, and then like you can go for your 50-50. Oh, there's still RFF 2-1-1. That's +3. I can still throw out the full thing. RFF 2-1-1. And like, yeah, again, if that's blocked, it's like, you know, a -8. It ends your turn. It's the same thing as 1-2 forward 3. Yeah, fair. But like, there's way more options for jab strings compared to 1-2. Besides, of course, doing 1-2-3 and like 1-2-4. Like, I have more options in RFF. Like, the opponent has to consider all of that. So I'm just like wondering if like maybe in next season, after this year's TWT, like it gets something. Most especially like the ability to enter flamingo, left flamingo. Like, if they're not gonna give right flamingo because you can already enter right flamingo from here, fine. Left flamingo. If not left flamingo, at the very minimum, being able to do 1-2 forward 3 or 1-2 F4 would be 100% a gift. But yeah, it's kind of in a limbo right now. The ability to do jabs here. It's either they do something with it or it just sits in limbo forever. And maybe it gets deleted. I don't know, and it doesn't appear in Tekken 9. It's an interesting choice. I'm looking forward to seeing like what happens to this move. But in terms of like trying to optimize your gameplay, I'm not sure where this fits in yet. It's still a mystery at the moment. So if you've been using it, I 100% would love to hear it in the comments. If not, maybe some theory crafting. Because I forget this move exists. But yeah. Again, that's everything I know about RFF forward 1-2. Brand new jab string in right foot forward for Hwoarang. That's been the lesson for this video. Again, I've been Frontier, and thank you for watching.